What's up, y'all?
Hey, guys.
Happy 2023.
Oh, man, we made it.
We've done it. We are in the new year. We've made it to the new year.
We made it by the skin of our teeth.
That's true.
By the hair in our chinny chin chin.
Oh, my word.
We just got here.
Yeah, but we're here and we're excited and we have a lot of new content to share this year. And so, first of all, if you're not subscribed and someone just sent you this, then you need to go subscribe on YouTube.
That's right.
You need to subscribe on Apple Podcasts. You need to subscribe on Spotify so you don't miss an episode.
You know what Mr. Beast says? You know who Mr. Beast is?
I do know who Mr. Beast is.
He be cracking me up.
Yeah.
He says, in his videos, he says to people, go take your mom's phone and subscribe there.
Do that.
Steal your brother's phone and subscribe there. It's actually genius.
I've done that.
Because his audience is like mostly 14-year-olds and then me.
Yeah.
And I follow Mr. Beast and dude, he makes me laugh. And yeah, so go and steal everybody's phone and
right.
subscribe there.
Do it. I love it. So today we're diving right into a new topic based in the new year. And I'm really excited about it.
We're jumping right in.
Well, we can talk about something funny.
Well, I mean, Whitney, we've had so many things happen since
that's true.
Me and you haven't seen each other.
Not very much at all.
In 3 weeks.
I know.
We have had Christmas.
That's true.
And New Year's.
That's right.
You get anything good for Christmas?
Yeah. My husband bought this Home Alone Lego set, and it has like you build a Home Alone house, but then it has like all the like traps. And I know you're looking at me like, Whitney, that's not a gift for you that you're excited about. But it ended up being that I was one of the ones that like played with it or like did it the most, and I actually loved it. And I was like,
good job, AA Ron.
Legos is one of my new favorite things.
Good job, AA Ron.
Yeah, it was good. What was your favorite?
Dude, my favorite is actually a gift I bought for Titus.
Okay.
So me and him have gotten into RC cars.
Yes.
And so we like racing RC cars. And so I bought him a little mini rock crawler.
Yeah.
And we've been driving it around the house and like over the couches and on the dining room table. Rachel loves that. And so been making a mess and chased the dog with it.
No, that's
And so it's been
fun.
super fun. And then my mom, my mom nailed it. My mom is one of the biggest fans of the tug team.
Yeah.
Mom, good job this year.
Good job, Brenda.
Every year, you know what my mom buys me for my whole adult life? She buys me a like emergency car kit.
Oh, okay.
And it's all junk.
Okay.
It's like a cheap flashlight and
he's about to say something nice about you.
Yeah, and she buys me like it has the seatbelt cutter.
Okay.
And like it's all junk.
Okay.
It's like made of orange plastic.
So you're not a fan of what she has done in the past.
No, but this year,
however,
mom dropped a bill on me, gave me $100.
Oh, that's
and so
good.
I'm gonna go and buy my own pocket knife. I collect nice pocket knives.
Oh, okay.
And so, mom, thank you for the knife that I have not yet purchased. I'm excited about that one.
That's
but when you
good.
get older, Christmas becomes lame.
Yeah,
because it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with me spending all the money I made.
Right.
on people that I love.
And then you have to decide, are they worth that investment of the gift that I want to give? And the answer is always yes. Always.
That's true.
I love people. But
we had Christmas, so Christmas was good.
Yeah.
I got my Christmas decorations put away.
Not me. Nope.
Well, that's why I'm better.
I know. I don't ever want them taken down until after New Year's.
Rachel literally on the 26th was like,
yes.
Let's wrap it up. But that's because we put it up at the beginning of November.
Yeah, we
put it up pre-Thanksgiving.
Okay, so she was like, I'm done with it. Not me. I want to keep it up. And then the house lights that we have are red, so I've been trying to negotiate a Valentine's Day. Can we leave them up for Valentine's because they're red?
You're not going to believe what I'm going to say.
What?
So while we're putting up the Christmas decorations, Rachel starts out of the attic, she starts pulling down Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Right now, my house, full Valentine's.
You're just like Walmart. Walmart is already, and Target is already full Valentine's.
I have the wisdom of Sam Walton.
Apparently. Hey,
he might be dead. So we're full. Our Baba house is already full Valentine's Day.
That's awesome.
That's good.
You're bringing in the love.
Rachel, she turned me down first Valentine's.
She did?
Yeah, I asked her to be my girlfriend on, I think, February 11th. Oh, like official, like what's up, girl? Like you want to be my?
She said no.
You want to be my girlfriend? And I had this like plan of what we were gonna do for Valentine's Day. And she said, no, I already made plans with all my single girlfriends. Oh, man. And I'm like, exactly.
Exactly.
Half of them, 20 years later, still single.
Well, shout out.
And I was like, no, she straight stood me up.
Oh.
Well, not stood me up, just told me no.
Oh, man.
So I went out with another girl.
You did?
No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, what?
She's going to be so mad at that clip.
That's ridiculous.
She's in the kitchen right now watching this, and she's so mad that I said that. I'm joking, baby. That's not the truth.
That's really funny. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we had Christmas, New Year's. And we're jumping in. I love a New Year.
What'd you do for New Year's?
Well,
other than wear something sparkly.
I always
Whitney
always.
be looking like a disco ball at New Year's every year.
I always
I've known her.
wear. 2 years ago, my daughter bought me a dress that I now call my New Year's Eve dress, and I'm just going to wear it in different ways forever, maybe until I can't. But yeah, we just went actually to dinner, and then at Moore Church we had our first broadcast that we did that was incredibly awesome. Good job, creative team. Good job, y'all.
E-money.
Good job, Easton. It was really great. So we went to dinner, Easton and Brady and Aaron and I, and then we came home because McKinley was having a party with all kind of youth from the church at our house. My house never looked. It's never been so messy in my whole life.
That's not true.
Oh, no. My house can be cluttered, but never dirty.
Oh, it
my
was
house
dirty.
was dirty.
Shout out McKinley.
Food. Yeah, exactly. Sparkles, glitter, things they threw all over the floor. I'm looking
Lasagna on the wall.
Oh my gosh! But they actually, she and shout out Zoe Wade, they cleaned it and it looks really great again.
I had a kind of weird experience.
What did you have?
So we got an 8-year-old and a 9-year-old.
That's fun.
And so
Yeah.
they're old enough that they want to be with me and Rachel on
Yeah.
New Year's.
Yeah.
But that's kind of a downer because dude's got to go to bed on time. And so we didn't get a sitter this year. It just
Yeah.
kind of didn't work out. And so we kept them. And so there's been this pizza place that I've been wanting to take Rachel because she loves pizza.
Yeah.
And I wanted to have her birthday there.
Oh yeah.
Because they have the largest delivery pizza in America, Guinness World Book of Records.
Really?
They're in Burleson.
Yeah.
And so I was excited. And so we went there. And this is kind of weird. This might even be a whole topic someday.
Okay.
We walk into this restaurant and Lillian, who's 9, gets bad vibes. Have you ever walked into a place
Yeah.
or a city and you just get a bad vibe?
Easton is the big, strong one in our family that.
And
does that.
so Lillian gets this bad vibe at this place. And it's not
Yeah.
right. You know how you walk into a restaurant and you're hoping you're going to love it.
Yeah.
And you're literally in there 30 seconds and you're like, nope.
Nope.
That's
Yeah.
what happened. But we're committed.
Yeah.
And so we sit down. I want to have Rachel's party here in March. We sit down and Lillian's not having it. So much so that she's like, I want to go outside. I don't want to be here anymore. And so me and her go outside and she kind of gets weepy.
Yeah.
And she's not this kid. She
Yeah.
doesn't do this. She says, Daddy, I feel like we shouldn't be here. I've already ordered.
Right. The largest delivery pizza in America.
Well, not that one.
I know, but yeah.
But I've already ordered all the pizza. And I was thought to myself, this is a teaching moment.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity to talk about how God speaks to us.
Yeah.
And I felt it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt it. I felt a weird vibe when I went in there. And so we bailed. And so, but I already paid for the pizza. So then we bought all the pizza and then we went to Babe's Chicken.
Okay.
Because that's a win.
Yeah.
It was right around the corner. So we went to Babe's
So
Chicken
wait,
with
did
the
you get
kids.
your pizza or you
Yeah,
didn't?
yeah. So
Oh,
I
okay.
got the
Got your
pizza.
pizza to go. Okay.
I got the pizza, and then right down the street, there's a toy store.
Oh, okay.
And so walked in the toy store, told the people, I was like, hey, what's up, bro? Man, I want a pizza. My family wanted Babe's. Where ordered it. You want some free pizza? And the dude was like, he said a curse word and then said, yeah. And so I gave him the pizza. And then he said, anything you want after dinner, 25% off.
Whoa.
So that was good, except I already spent all my money at Christmas.
Yeah. And on pizza.
And on pizza. So yeah, so we went to Babe's and then we went home, put the kids to bed, and we watched the program.
broadcast. But you know what I realized is that I'm getting older and that midnight is later than it used to be.
Oh, I had to keep Rachel awake like a 6th grader at an all-nighter.
That's the best analogy. Yes.
She could not make it.
Yes. When I was we talked about it last episode that when I was in youth, the all-nighter was my favorite thing. It was my jam of the year. Because
Yeah.
I was the one living it up for the party. And then I'm not going to bed till 2:30 or 3. That's exciting. That's this year after that broadcast, I sat on the couch I have to go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, I was
I have
brushing
to
my teeth.
move now.
I was brushing my teeth by 12:03.
Yeah, it was oh man, I'm so tired, but that's okay. It was wonderful, so much fun. But now we're back. We're back in. We had our first staff meeting of the year. We had our first staff lunch of the year.
Barbecue.
Oh, come on, it was great.
Yeah.
And so we're back in the swing of it.
So guys, we hope that you had a great New Year's and
That's
had
true.
a great Christmas. Let us know. Let us know what you did in the
What'd
comments.
What was your favorite
present?
part? Well, you had our staff tell their high is high and their womp is womp. Their holiday season. It was
Highest
fun.
high and their wampa swamp, and there were some highs and there were some womps.
That's right, but that's okay. That's what life is.
Okay, New Year.
New Year.
Last episode we talked not about resolutions.
No,
but kind of. And you said something that was so genius. I've been chewing on it. Shout
I
out.
love when I'm genius.
Shout out, Winnie.
I'm just kidding.
She talked about this year that her goal is not just a resolution, but is to hold on to the lessons that God taught her last year.
Yeah.
And I've been chewing on that a whole bunch.
Okay.
Because I'm like Mr. Make resolution.
Yeah, same.
Change my whole life.
Right.
I hate all these areas of myself. I'm going to be 100% better.
Yeah. If I don't like it, change it. Let's do it. Let's go. Right.
But there are some natural things that want to pull us backwards to where we were, or at least keep us where we are.
Right.
There's some natural,
right.
some natural things. And so for me, we take a week off. And so
Yeah.
like, I didn't do nothing.
No, right.
Today's my first day back in the office and
Well,
my brain is like, am I smart enough to have this job?
Christmas season for like our context is like one of our like Super Bowls. Like Easter and Christmas are like the big, if you work in the church world,
You're getting your butt kicked.
you are working, you're putting in the hours, the grind. And
Yeah.
so like we give our whole team, because you kind of feel like at the end of it, like, oh, we made it. And so
Yeah.
we just give everyone that time off to rest.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
got
wonderful.
all the Christmas parties, all the services,
all the things.
and then
And
all
the world
the
kind
family
of
stuff.
shuts down anyway.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so we're finally back in today. But having last week off meant that, you're spending a lot of time looking at your cellular device.
Yeah.
Whether this is
Screen
good,
time.
whether this is good or not
Right.
good, you find yourself, and you know what?
What?
I realized that one of the biggest struggles I think we have is the algorithm.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a better way to describe it, and we'll get there, but is the algorithm. So like for me, I'm a YouTube guy. And so like I'm always on YouTube. And like if I just open YouTube, I'll do it right now. If I just open YouTube, there are so many things that it's feeding me. Like look what this says, 20,000 calorie challenge. So this is algorithm where this guy is a weightlifter and he has an epic cheat meal. This is not good for me to watch.
No.
I started watching pizza reviews. There's a guy from, I'm not going to say where because I don't approve of all of his content, but I started watching these pizza reviews. And dude, it's so funny.
Yeah.
But now every time I open my phone,
That literally was pizza right
there's
now.
there's a pizza review. I watch a lot of Jeep stuff. And so there's always a Jeep thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm into RC cars with
Yeah.
Titus. There's always an RC car thing. But on Instagram, it's a whole other thing because you start looking at weightlifting stuff and then you're going to get some
Big Booty Judy.
big booty Judies
Yeah.
that are trying to sell you. I don't know what they're trying. Maybe
We
they're
know what they're trying to
to
sell
sell you their
They
OnlyFans
know what they're
account.
doing.
I don't know what they're selling on
I
there.
know they know what they're doing.
And so, the algorithm that we all get fed content
Yeah.
on, you know what its real goal is to keep you who you were.
Keep you in
Keep
the
feeding you the-
sameness of what you've been doing.
Feed you the same stuff.
For one of our Christmas videos we did, I ordered this like silly headband that was like a jewel toned, like sparkly thing because I was being Wendy Faye Baker
Oh,
instead
yeah.
of Tina Fey or Tammy Faye. I mean,
Can
sorry,
we put a
Tina
clip?
Fey.
Can we put a clip of it? Or do we want to
you
watch
put
a clip?
Picture. You put a picture or a clip or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, there. And now my phone keeps trying to sell me headbands. I have not
No.
bought a headband since like 1992.
Yeah.
But the amount of headbands that I've been advertised, and it's like, hey, this is what you did do. This is what you did buy.
Yeah.
So because you did buy this thing, I now think you're going to want to buy all of these things. It's what you're saying, that it keeps us in the sameness of what we just did yesterday.
And yeah, I've been thinking about it so much
Yeah.
because as it's a new year and I'm trying to, now I've been in the gym. I'm great at working out. I'm bad in the kitchen.
Okay, right.
I'll work out with the best of them.
Yeah, the
But
food.
I will also eat with the best of them.
Yeah.
And so this is the
What the
problem.
health.
What the health. And so what I'm learning is that my algorithm is
Yeah.
trying to keep me stuck.
Yeah.
So like I know guys that are trying to get over video games. They like can't stop playing video games.
Right.
Now this is not a thing that I've ever struggled with. I've struggled with a bunch of things I've tried
Yeah.
to stop doing. But think about it. If you're like, man, I need to quit playing video games as much. But then every time you open your phone, there's another ad,
Right,
Or there's
for
a
a new
video
video
or a
game.
link, or for you, the shopping thing.
Oh, that was a huge one for me because then I would follow certain bloggers or Instagram influencers that had, they would link, it's linked here, link here, link here. And then I would buy off those links. Well, then, yeah, it's advertising more content of more influencers who are similar to those people who are going to advertise more things for me. You know how much I'm going to buy if I just keep shopping in the same, looking in the same places? Absolutely.
And so I think that for those of us that are on the tug team,
Yeah.
that have this call to more, it's what we talk about, the tug of more, is like being where you are, but knowing where you want to be. And there's
Right.
this tension in between there. We have to be aware of what we're feeding ourselves, not physically, but mentally, with our eyes and our ears. What are we allowing into our system? And don't let, maybe the word algorithm is not the right word, but like, what are we allowing in is going to make it harder for us to change.
Right.
And so like on Instagram, you can go on there and you can click, what is it? You can like hold down your finger on the ad. I'm going to try to do it right now. So like if I don't want to see more of this,
yeah,
you click it and then you can hit not interested.
Yeah.
And like every once in a while I have to go through there and hit a whole bunch of not interested.
Right.
Because, or I'll give it to Rachel. Say, hey, Rachel, will you go through this? Because I don't want to see all these half naked people.
Right.
Like I need help cleansing the flow of content that's coming.
Adjusting the algorithm and being intentional to set a new algorithm, I think is the thing. And so like searching for new things, like I said, the thing about the headband is silly, but at the same time, like for those of us who are wanting to tug into more, maybe we need some new things in our algorithm. What can we establish in our life, in our routine, in our day, and in our phones that can then actually feed what we want to be doing, who we want to be, rather than the same of what we've done before.
I've historically been problematic at making purchases also when it comes to vehicles.
Oh.
There has historically...
It was a very politically correct way of saying what you said. I was like, what is he
I'm
about?
saying what you're saying about headbands is true for me for four-wheel drive vehicles.
Yes.
And it's the algorithm's fault.
Right.
But it's my own fault because anytime I open Facebook Marketplace, it knows what I'm going to want to look at. So it shows me some old Jeeps or old F-100, or it shows me these things that like I do not need.
Right.
At all. Nor can I afford, but yet I find myself
but then you click it,
watching and clicking and selling and buying. I go on the rabbit hole. If I sell this and I do this, then I can get that. And it's a waste of my time. It's a waste of energy.
Yeah. And I think that it's funny. We were talking about it.
You know, you've bought a purse or two that you shouldn't have bought.
100%. Shoes, jeans, purses, all the things that you get in.
It just reminded me of, you know, that lady who does at Thanksgiving, greens, beans, something, potatoes. That's what you just did.
What I did. You're right. But that's, yes, like there's a resale designer purse website that I clicked on. Again, it's the thing. If I would have just let it scroll by, then it probably eventually would have stopped showing it to me.
Yeah.
But I clicked into it and then I started looking in it and then I started like, I didn't ever buy anything, but I was acting interested. So I didn't, not only did I not say not interested, I allowed them to see that I was interested, and therefore now it keeps giving me all these ads for all these vintage designer handbags that I'm like, why do you keep showing it to me? Stop showing it to me. But I clicked into it, so I'm responsible for it.
So we have to make a decision of how are we going to stop this flow of content into our brains that we don't want to do. So like for me, it can be easy to fall into this pattern of like, we get the kids to bed, we sit on the couch, Rachel and I will turn the TV on, and we'll have a laptop on my lap with the television on, with my phone there. I have 3 screens that I'm quickly accessible. What am I? I'm like my Minority Report. Like, what do I need all of these screens for? And I just open it up and it's just this curated content to numb my brain, distract me, and sell me stuff. And like, that's not more.
Nope.
That's not more.
No, but there's so much. Go.
It does. There's good stuff there because it's feeding me preachers that I listen to, and it's feeding me. But sometimes you need to quit listening to a sermon too.
Well, yeah,
which is a whole other thing.
Because recently you got in kind of a kick of like, why are all these churches advertising to me? Remember this? Oh, now he's mad. Because every time you would open your phone,
talk about it.
Another church was advertising to you, and I was so confused because I was like, number one, I'm not seeing any of these ads. And
it's because Whitney's not a Christian on the internet.
Yeah, I guess I only.
Whitney doesn't even have a church sticker on her car.
Hey,
get her. Please blow her up in the comments.
Let's talk about quality versus quantity. And
what, your car's such a hoopty you don't want to put a car sticker on it?
That's what it is. No, I don't know. I had one, but then we changed the church name, and then I took it off, and then I put a new one on there. Anyway, someone can do it on Sunday. I won't be offended. Just put it on there for me.
Hey, can we please get 10 car stickers put on Whitney's car this Sunday? Okay, go.
And so
I'm gonna laugh so hard.
And so you're like telling me it keeps advertising. So then what's funny is I go to look at your profile because I'm like, there has to be something about your profile that
why I'm getting advertised
why
by
you're getting-
churches.
and I literally go, I don't know what it says, but it has like all these when you like set up your Facebook, you could click all these things.
In like 2004.
Yeah, and it said like interested in or something, and then it like has like a slogan you can pick, and you literally have this. I don't know.
It's probably stupid. It's probably like I love Rachel running crap over and Jesus.
It's literally like I love Jesus. He is the only way, or something like that, or like Jesus is my homie. I don't know what it says. It says something like that, and I was like, bro, this is why they're advertising to you. Is that, and then I said, but are you like watching them and clicking it? And you're like, yes. And I'm like, right. And
Yeah,
so, okay,
stop.
this bro is interested in Jesus. He's the only way. He's your homie and your superhero.
And
then
he keeps
you're
clicking on these ads.
into all of these ads. And so they're like literally building the algorithm. I was like, you are the algorithm.
Let's just talk about the examples that we've given. Jeeps that I don't need to buy.
Right.
Pizza I don't need to eat.
Churches you don't need to compare yourself to.
And girls I for sure don't need to be looking at. This is what my algorithm is.
Right.
And so I've just been realizing over this week that like, man, we
do it to our own dang selves.
To tug into more, you have to have a reset. You have to unfollow some stuff. You have to click not interested. You have to make a change,
You have
or
to
else
be intentional.
Or else you're just going to keep looking at the same stuff.
Right. No, it's really good. And then sometimes for a minute, you just got to put the phone down. Like you said that a minute ago, like there's all these reasons why you got 3 things going. But
you know you do it too.
Oh, 100%.
iPad 100%. And all things.
We watched, I actually didn't tell you this. I was going to tell you last night. Have you seen the Ric Flair documentary?
Do you even know who you're talking to right now?
I figured you had, but I was going to text you. We found it. Woo is what it's called. Like, woo, because I can't do it.
Yeah, you did. It's better than just saying woo, but yeah.
But and so we're watching it, but then, I start looking
He's a train wreck.
It's a train wreck.
Ric Flair.
It's wonderful.
Once he say he slept with 10,000 women or something?
Oh my gosh, something ridiculous. But actually, he's broken deeply on the inside and, all the things. And so, but then I start looking at reels. And then I'm like scrolling through the reels, and then he says something that catches my eye. And then I tell my husband, I'm like, what did he say? What is the part? What is going on? And Aaron's like, you aren't listening because you're looking at your other device. And he's like, what are you invested in? Are you invested in this show or your reels? And I was like, shut up.
I'm invested nowhere.
Exactly.
In both.
I'm half split into both things, and I'm not giving my full
You know what that
attention.
means? You getting spewed out of God's mouth.
I'm not hot nor cold.
I'm just kidding.
And so, no.
Pastor joke.
Yeah, it's a Jesus juke.
Kinda.
And so, the truth is, sometimes we just got to put it all away. Like, actually, like, go, okay, this junk, yes, I need to readjust my algorithm. But until I am rested and refreshed, and I actually want to be paying attention, like, don't you feel so like, let's go to work, I'm ready, I'm excited.
Yeah, because I've been off.
Because we've not been doing it. But sometimes we just are like, yeah, I'm going to change my algorithm. But then we stay in it. And so we are not interested in a few things. But by the 5th time, we've gotten worn down to it. And then we just get back sucked into it. And I'm like, no, that's why people do fasts at the top of the year. That's why people set resolutions at the top of the year. That's why they do these different things, is because they're trying to break the habit in like a strong way. And so I'm like, what things do I just need to get out of the way of the algorithm from in this whole year? What things do I just need to say completely no to? Because it's not just my phone. I mean, we're not just talking Instagram and Facebook. What are my routines and habits that I've just gotten so sucked into now that I'm like, good grief, just walk away from it.
What do you need to unsubscribe?
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you need to unsubscribe? Instagram, YouTube, but not only there.
In your life.
Real relationships.
Right.
Because guess what? Your aunt has been saying the same junk to you for 15 years, and her tune ain't going to change.
No, we all just went to holiday, Christmas, somewhere with somebody.
Yeah.
And like, we all just had some interaction that I bet is the same interaction we've been having for a decade.
Yeah.
And like, we talk about emotional health all the time here. Like, for me, there was a season of my life when I had to recognize my response to this environment has to change. The environment is not going to change.
It's not going to shift.
So my response to it has to change.
Yeah.
Otherwise, and whether that is not showing up at all, or whether that is determining that I'm going to shift completely away from it, the ant is not going to change.
No.
But I have to change if I want actual change.
That friend group is not going to change. But if you just keep spending every Friday night with that friend group, you're just going to keep doing the same stuff. We've got there's somebody that I love a bunch.
Yeah.
Who's a part of our church.
Yeah.
That just can't seem to get out of some patterns.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's because she just keeps going to the same group of people. And I'm like, if you could just separate going and doing those same things on the weekends, then all this hurt that's in your life wouldn't stay.
Yeah.
But there's like a unwillingness to disassociate from some stuff. Yeah. I have to disassociate from pizza reviews.
Right.
I do. If I don't disassociate and I have to go click on subscribe, then I'm going to find myself just because if you watch pizza review,
you're going to want to eat pizza.
You want to eat a pizza.
And then if you go out to eat with your friends and they don't know that you're trying to not eat pizza and then they order pizza.
Oh. These jokers, Aaron and Whitney invite Rachel and I to dinner last night.
Yeah, last night we went to dinner.
We go to dinner last night and they say, let's go to BJ's Brew House.
Yeah.
And so we
not
go
for the brew house, just for the restaurant. Yeah.
And so we go, well, that's the name of the place.
Yeah.
I don't want to just say BJ's.
Well, I know. Okay. That's what did you see what I did? That stuff. Okay, go on.
So we had, I have a story I can't even tell. Yeah. I took my mom and dad there. Stop. Can't even tell the story.
Brenda and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
And so we go there and it's like half off pizza night or something.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron is usually Mr. Salmon and Rice.
Oh, always salmon, spinach.
We could go to Gordon Ramsay's.
We have before.
Greatest restaurant in the world. And Aaron's going to order mushrooms and rice and salmon
and rice. Yeah, always.
And I want to just punch him dead in the face. Last night, January 3rd.
Everybody else in the world, New Year's resolution.
Rachel and I trying to pull our crap together. And so me and Rachel order a salad and she orders chicken and quinoa, or what is it? It looks like rice, but it's like cauliflower.
Quinoa, that's right.
Aaron and Whit order 2 thick pizzas. Yeah. And Aaron keeps being like, you want some? You want some?
He really did ask you more times than normal.
Yeah, I think Aaron's the devil.
Yeah.
Aaron's the devil.
He's either the Holy Spirit or the devil.
It's that philosophy of... Is that he maybe has that philosophy of like the fatter my friend is, the skinnier I look.
No.
I make Aaron look real thin.
But it was just such a
Whitney's like, the bigger Trustin is, the smaller I look on the tug of war.
Oh my gosh. It was just such a funny moment of like,
get him to fill out that chair.
We've been like, stop it. We've been like eating super at home, healthy, all the things all week. And we were both like, we need to go to dinner and like eat. And so like we go with this different mindset. We show up.
Rachel and I are like, we've only been home with the kids.
Yeah.
Eating like kid garbage food.
Yeah. And so it was like just funny.
Chicken nuggets
But it's a perfect analogy for what we're talking about.
Okay, go.
In that we can determine, and what's awesome about it is you didn't bend. You were like, no, I made the decision. this is what we're eating. This is what we're doing. We've already predetermined what we're going to eat when we get there. And so you stuck to what you said you were going to do. And the truth of the matter is we can so often get caught into these moments where we just go, yeah, well, they're doing it. Or, oh, this is where we're comfortable. Or, oh, here we're back in a routine because of the environment around us, the people around us, the decisions made around us, whatever it is. And like, good job. You didn't even need a piece of it. Like,
yeah, the only reason I didn't is because a couple of years ago, I was like really being focused to not eat junk. And I went to a baseball game with Aaron and 2 other guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I don't want no junk food from the baseball game.
Yeah, I remember this.
And this other dude, Adon, goes and buys me the largest ice cream cone, cookies and cream you've ever seen. And he's standing there, literally won't stop, hitting me in the mouth with it. And before I know it, I ate the whole ice cream cone. And then I think me and Aaron went and bought the world's largest taco.
Yeah.
It was disgusting. But it was like 4 feet of taco. And so last night I'm sitting there looking at that piece of pizza. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. No, they got me last time.
And they're not getting me this time.
But it's because I had to break the algorithm. The
algorithm. You had to break it of what it had over you. And so I think that like in all the things, it's not just your social media feed. It's not just the things that you're necessarily looking at, but what are you looking at? Like, what's around you? What's going on in the environment? What are you walking back to in your office building? What are you walking back to in your home?
Yeah.
What are you walking back to in your family dinner night? Like, whatever it is.
Patterns.
Yeah.
Habits. We always have Nutella.
At your house?
And I had to tell Rachel, hey, baby, like maybe a year and a half ago, just don't buy it anymore.
Yeah, we can't buy it. Right.
Well, it's going to deprive our kids. Forget our kids.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
There are certain things that you just have to identify as this is a on-ramp to problems for me. And so like for you probably don't just go walk around malls.
No, not anymore.
But you used to.
Yeah.
It used to be your
decompression, whatever. And there's certain times and moments and places. But if I'm having like an emotionally heavy day, or if I know that my wherewithal is like worn down, I'm not gonna go and just put myself in an environment to fall back into old habits.
Right.
Because that's what was comforting before. Even in our house, just we're all problem solvers. All the four of us. Our kids are now like young adults that are solving problems themselves, and like we had gotten so, especially the end of the year and all the busyness, we had gotten so problem solving mode in our home that we over the holidays kind of had a conversation of like, hey guys, this is all going to be positive, joyful, and we're not going to solve any problems,
not see the bad in all of it.
If there's an issue, we got to solve it. Like we had a couple of silly issues that came up over the holidays.
Easton crashed his car.
Yeah, that's it.
Easton was driving. He crashed his car.
Yeah, that's not exactly how it went, but that's okay. Like, and so like if that happened, we're gonna have to solve some of those problems. But for the most part, in our home, what we're gonna speak in this like time together at home is life and in fun and encouragement and joy. And then at the end of the season, we kind of said, hasn't this been great? Let's carry this into 2023.
Cultural reset.
And we had to have this little family reset of like, hey, this time of the day we can solve problems. This time of the day we're going to lay down the problems and have fun. And I think so often in what we're speaking to is that what is the sameness of the algorithm of what you've just fallen into a pattern that you don't want to be in anymore.
Right.
And yet it's not this giant New Year's resolution of like, I'm going to change everything, because that's crazy, unattainable, or not very fun. But
what are the little patterns that you need to shift that will shift big things? You know, I've talked about this on here before. Rachel, the very first thing she does in the morning is open her Bible app. First thing she does, she's done it for years, and she gets God's word into her heart. Yeah. That little change shifts her whole day. Yeah. But it's so easy to go open for me. It's so easy for me to go to YouTube. Like I wake up, I do like this. Oh man, I gotta hurry up and get to the gym. I gotta be there in 40 minutes. I get up and I can open YouTube and I can just see what my first somebody I'm subscribed to is, and I can just click it. Yeah. Now I'm clicking it and I'm literally stumbling into the bathroom to pee and brush my teeth. And I'm already
watching a pizza review.
Well, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, or something else, or who knows, like some dude rebuilding an axle. Like, what am I care about a V8 swap and it? Like, what am I watching this for?
Right.
And my brain is just like already engaged in something, and which is a whole other conversation. One of the best things that we can learn is silence.
Yeah.
On my first sabbatical that I took, that my friends forced me to go on.
Shout out to your friends.
Something that I felt like God told me to do was to be silent.
Yeah.
And so I went to the redwood forest for 3 days and was quiet the whole time.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to anything. I didn't watch TV. I was just in this cabin. Now it sounds like it's boring, but
but remember that was the season like, where you were like totally digesting content about growth, leadership,
all of it.
So much of like actual content creation.
Yeah.
There was so much input that you're getting constantly that you were like, there's only one input I need.
Yeah.
That's God's voice.
And I remember being in that little cottage, and the first time I got in the shower, you know, after a flight, so I get in the shower and I started crying in the shower because it was the first time that I wasn't moving too. I wasn't busy. And God just started to speak. Because like, dude, I have a pop socket on my phone, which haters gonna hate, but I don't care. And I've got a pop socket mount in my shower.
Yeah.
I have one on my mirror. I have one in my truck.
Yeah.
And everywhere I go, I can hang this thing. Or I have headphones that I can be listening to content, which is a gift because I'm able to take content and digest it. But at the same time, man, it was becoming a curse
Yeah.
that maybe the reason God hasn't answered you is because you haven't shut up.
Right.
Or
Right.
you haven't got any silence for him to God's not going to shout to you. He's going to whisper to you.
Yeah.
And so like, all I'm saying is that as we're stepping into the new year, shift the algorithm, man.
Right, right.
Like intentionally unfollow, unsubscribe. Like Whit said,
Yeah.
get off social. You did that. You got off
Took like a
social.
break, and it was because I was like, oh, I'm not even really one of those people that's like that
Invested
in it. I'm not even paying that much attention to it. But then I realized how much of just a time sucker it had become. I realized how much just some little things were planted in my head that in the moment didn't affect. It wasn't like it made me emotional right then or what, but it would build up and build up and build up. And then all of a sudden I did have a feeling or a big strong thought. And I'm like, oh yeah. And so I think what you said it's what I felt when you first were talking about you had your computer and your phone and your TV and all these things open, and it's either because you just want the inputs, or we are distracting ourselves sometimes from what we don't want to feel or what we don't want to do or what we don't want to face. And I think as people on the Tug team, like, we do hard things here. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And sometimes the hardest thing to do is be silent. Sometimes the hardest thing to do, you talk about all the time, is to not fight, is to not give our input, is to not engage. And so for us, like, what is the hard thing we need to do to adjust the algorithm around us so that we step into 2023 with the most positive and the most excitement? And like, we've already been real transparent that 2022 was a hardest year for us. Hardest year of my
life.
Adult ministry life for sure.
Yeah.
And maybe my whole adult life.
Yeah.
And I think that in stepping into 2023, the only way to shake off that old is to go, okay, well then what are we going to do to make it new? And so what's something hard that you have to do this year? It's not going to be easy. It's not as simple in life as I'm not interested in
Correct.
this. I wish it was
Yeah.
as simple as a button that says I'm not interested in this.
Yeah.
But the same, in our job, the same inputs we were having in 2022, I've already had those inputs today.
Yes.
People who are frustrated, somebody's leaving the church, somebody who needs an answer about this, that, or a problem that still has to be solved, a department that I still don't know how to give the answer to.
Big financial decisions.
Exactly.
Banks, lawyers,
all of these
stressors.
inputs have already come in the 4 hours that I've been here today.
Yeah.
But the truth is, the way I'm receiving those inputs has shifted, because I'm determined that I'm going to not be interested in seeing it, hearing it, receiving it the way I received it last year. And so it's hard, but we're going to do it.
Yeah.
What?
No, it's great. I've got so I think we assigned some homework a little bit.
Okay, do it. I love homework.
So like, as you're listening, what are the areas that you need to adjust? What are the habits, patterns, inputs that you need to make a cognitive change to?
Yep.
Like, something Rachel and I have talked about that has hurt our marriage is that when the kids are in bed, we turn the TV on and we each have another screen on our lap.
Yeah.
You want to talk about killing intimacy.
Right.
And so something that we've had to shift was, before we bring any of that stuff into our home, let's look each other in the eyeballs. Right?
Yeah, let's look face to face instead of side by side.
And like, whatever that leads to, it leads to.
Right.
There's a myriad of options that can lead to that moment of connection.
Right.
But like, who cares what's on the television? So I'm saying, like, take some time. The hope of most of the time, Tug More Conversations, is that it's not only a listen, but it's also like take some time to chew on it.
Learn and to process and to actually give yourself the space to then go, okay, now what from that content is going to help me tug into more?
What group of friends do you need to pull back from?
Right.
The people that are always negative. Being negative is easy.
It's so easy.
Being negative is the lowest form of human connection.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you need to pull back from so that you can really start to step into the more that God has for you?
Absolutely.
Then I have a whole other kind of tangent that attaches. You got anything else on that?
No.
On the homework idea?
On the homework, is the like, what is the hard thing that you've been needing to do? I think for me, a lot of us, we know there's things we've needed to do, but we have not yet wanted to face it. When I was really struggling with shopping addiction and like credit card debt and all of this, I knew what I needed to do, but I knew it was going to be freaking hard and I didn't want to do it. And so I was putting it off until like I just couldn't do it anymore. And so I'm like, 2023 is the like, let's go. Like it's been 3 years of this COVID shenanigans, all of these like feeling like we've all been set back. Okay, well, we're going to step forward now. So in doing that, let's be ready to do the hard thing. And whatever it is that you've been like going, I know I got to do it, but someday, today's the someday. Let's just get to doing.
Today's the someday, sucker.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to date us a little bit, but it goes with the conversation. Okay. Do you remember growing up, TGIF?
Absolutely. Greatest night of
so let's explain.
Greatest night of television.
So explain what TGIF was.
Thank goodness it's Friday.
And what it meant was that on ABC, NBC?
I think it was ABC.
On one of the major networks, there were 4 shows back to back that started at what, like 7?
It was 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30.
And so I remember as a kid being like out somewhere with my parents and having to get home by 7, because if I didn't see what happened on Family Matters with Steve Urkel, I would never know.
You would never know.
You could maybe on chance catch a rerun of that episode.
Later that summer.
So let's see. We had Family Matters.
Yeah.
Remember Family Matters?
Yeah.
We had
Step by Step?
Step by Step.
Okay, good.
We had Steve Urkel.
That is Family Matters.
Oh.
Isn't it?
Wait, which one is Uncle Jesse?
Oh, Full House.
Full House.
Yep.
Step by Step was they were like divorced parents.
Yep.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Was he Friday night? Are you looking for the lineup?
I'm looking it up. I got it.
So.
Oh. Sean and Topanga and Corey.
Oh, Topanga. What's up, Topanga?
Boy Meets World. Come on.
Boy Meets World. Okay, so there were these 4 shows, and they might have added one or two.
Yeah, they changed over the years.
Okay, here's what I'm getting to.
Perfect Strangers.
Belky,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, the Perfect Strangers.
Sorry, go.
Easton, can we, as we're saying those, can we put a clip of the, not a clip.
If I can find them.
Put a photo. They've got them.
Oh, I found it. After being shuffled around various TGIF time slots to try and boost ratings, here's the different series that they ran: Family Matters, Step by Step, Full House, Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I wasn't allowed to watch that one.
Nope, that's the devil.
And Dinosaurs and Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Oh, not the mama.
Not the mama, remember? And Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
So Hanging with Mr. Cooper was one.
Yeah.
Dude, I used to love Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, he was the coolest. Okay. Go. What were we saying?
I'm a soul man. That was the intro.
Yeah.
Okay. Why did we just have that big thing?
I don't know.
I do. Because
still don't know.
when we were growing up, if you wanted to watch something, you had to look in a paper TV guide.
Oh, yeah.
You had to be in front of the screen at that time.
Yeah.
And you had to yell at everyone in your house to shut up and Mom, you can't vacuum right now.
Right. And don't talk until the commercial.
Because, if you got to go to the bathroom, you're holding it.
Until the commercial.
Am I telling the truth?
You're not pausing it. There's no pause.
But now, it's very different.
Yeah.
I have Hulu, Netflix, HBO Max, Paramount. What else? Peacock. What's the other one?
What?
With the
Netflix?
No, there's another one.
Disney Plus?
Oh, I have Motor Trend.
Oh, I don't have that one.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Then I have a bunch of movies that I've bought. I don't have that.
There you go. And then all the movies,
And then I have YouTube.
Right.
And Facebook and Instagram and Craigslist and a couple auction websites. I'm not going to, all of these things. And so what I'm saying is, as a child, there was only a 2-hour window of which I had programming that I was really excited to watch.
Right.
But how often do you sit on your couch and think, man, I got nothing to watch?
Right.
Am I telling the truth?
Right.
Y'all know you'd be sitting there, you got all of that content, but yet, man, there's nothing on.
I need a new show. How many off times do we text each other? What's a new show?
What's the new show? I'm saying we just have to be aware of how much we're putting into our brains.
And how that's actually affecting us.
How that's actually affecting us.
Yeah.
Because, I know you want to be Beth Dutton. But do you really?
No.
I
But a little bit.
I want to throw a cooler with a snake in it at lots of people. But is that like, I don't want to get like overly religious here.
Right.
All I'm saying is we have to be aware of how much we're putting. Oh, I got in the car with this one
What
the
are you
other
about to
day.
tell me?
Oh, I'm about to throw you under the bus. I get in the car with Whitney the other day, and her phone just syncs up to her car.
Oh yeah.
And so it just starts
Murder
telling us,
podcast.
a murder podcast. And dude, she can't get it shut off because she don't know what she's doing. And there's people getting murdered and raped and smoking crack and shot in the back of the head. And like, all I'm saying is,
You're right.
all I'm saying, I'm
I
joking,
know.
but
I
not
know.
really.
No,
all I'm
right.
saying is like, we have to be aware
Of what we're the inputs we're allowing.
the inputs that we're allowing,
Yeah.
because is it benefiting our marriage?
Right.
Is it benefiting our kids? Is it benefiting our life? And so I know it's a little off topic from the algorithm, but I guess it isn't, because
No.
Netflix has
It
has a little thing that says suggested for you.
100%.
And so,
And those are the shows I go to first.
and you know what happened last night? It happened to me last night.
What?
You know what I watched last night?
What?
Nope.
You did?
Have you seen it, Easton?
I'm so scared to watch it.
It's about, well, should I give a spoiler alert?
I don't
Well,
know.
you'll see if you watch the first. It's about aliens.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't sit on the edge of my seat very
Yeah.
often. I sat on the edge of the couch. Rachel don't want nothing to do with it.
No, right.
And I was so engrossed with watching it. I didn't have my phone or my laptop out.
Yeah.
Like I put it all away and I was like locked into this movie. But do you know what happened when it ended?
What?
I couldn't go to sleep.
Because you're scared?
No,
Or,
I wasn't
like, the
scared.
Intensity?
Yeah, my brain was going and had all these questions. And so then it's now like 10:40. I need to be in bed.
Right.
But you know what I did?
What?
I pull out my laptop and I go on YouTube and I type in "Nope Explained," and then I watch an hour of randos on YouTube
Explaining it?
explaining this movie. And do you know what's now in my algorithm?
Nope.
A bunch of movie reviews.
That's
And
really
so I'm
funny.
saying like, that's silly.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about literally last night.
Right.
So this is not me throwing shade.
Why do you think we watched? Woo! It's
Yeah.
because it was suggested to us.
It's suggested.
based on the other documentaries that we've watched.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's crazy.
Now, we're not saying throw it all away.
No.
Watch it, dude.
It's
like
just in the right amount of input.
when we were going through all of our land swap city drama, I stopped. I felt like the Lord spoke to me. He said, "You have to stop watching all this intensity."
Yeah.
Because I used to watch Blue Bloods, and what's that criminal one with Ice-T?
Oh, yeah. Special Victims Unit. Or
I had to
whatever.
quit. I had to quit watching all the stuff.
Law and
I
Order.
and what's the Chicago cop one? Dude, I used to love the Chicago cop one. They all
Fire?
Chicago PD. They all wear leather jackets and they're all hip, and they're just every cop shoots 9 people. Every cop shoots 9 people every episode.
Yeah.
And so I was watching that, and in the intensity of my life
Yeah.
and the stress of my life, I would come home and watch that, and I was literally like redlining my mental stressors
No,
and my
absolutely.
adrenaline, and it was unhealthy for
No,
me.
when I was pregnant with McKinley, I mean, the whole murder mystery thing has just been since Nancy Drew. Like, Nancy Drew was not murder mystery, it was just mysteries.
If you
And
don't know what
then-
Nancy Drew is, it's the female version of the Hardy Boys.
Yeah. And so,
But you
like,
got to be old to know the Hardy
Yeah,
Boys.
so I used to read Nancy Drew, then it turned into, I would read these James Patterson books, which were murder mysteries solved. And when I was pregnant with McKinley, I started dreaming them, like having nightmares, which your hormones are already whacked. I'm already emotional. It was already, and my husband was like, "Do you think you should stop reading these books that you're reading?" And I was like, "But they are soothing to me," is what I told myself.
Yeah.
But it's this thing I love that relaxes me. And I think that's where some of the algorithm stuff
but
can
it's
get
but it's
jacked.
not relaxing you.
No.
It's just where you
It's where
have
I
been
have,
so long that you're comfortable there.
I have found comfort here. But
It's why I had to
now
quit going to
it's not
Twisted Root.
serving me anymore. Right. Right.
I told Whitney and Rachel and Aaron, I will not go to Twisted Root. It's a burger place unless I text them.
yeah.
And I haven't.
Yeah.
Because it became this place that I just would melt into the booth.
Yeah.
I would eat my burger, and watermelon sweet tea, French fries. I would melt into the booth and maybe a chocolate shake. And I would melt into the booth. And it became this place of comfort that
Right.
was dangerous.
Yeah.
And what you're saying is, it's what I'm trying to explain. I think it's a great,
Yeah.
we find these places that are comfortable.
Right.
And what they're really doing is numbing our brain from God's voice and the more that he has for us, because we're just eating it or watching it
Right.
or listening to it. We haven't even got into music, about how
Oh,
easy it is
golly.
to allow music to just,
What's the playlist? Are you playing
what-
the same playlist?
what's the playlist?
Yeah, change it up.
I
right.
did a sermon a long time ago when I was a youth pastor called Play, Pause, Delete.
Oh yeah.
Play, pause, delete. And I had the graphics with the little triangle and the buttons and
Mm-hmm.
play, pause, delete, and talked about how in your life you have to ask yourself, what voices should you play?
Mm-hmm.
What voices should you pause? What voices should you delete? And like, as an adult man with 2 children leading an organization, I still am trying to wade through what should I play? What should I pause? And what should I
Yeah.
delete? So that's all we're saying.
Yeah. It's a good inventory to take
Yeah.
as we're stepping into a new year and as we're saying, okay, I got to where I was or to where I am today in 2022, but there's more that I want to tug into in 2023. And so what's holding me back? So do your homework. That was a minute ago. If you got to reverse it and go remember the homework, but do your
Yeah.
homework. And man, I hope that it's helpful to you and beneficial to you. That's why we do this.
Yeah.
And so let us know if you have questions, follow-ups, thoughts, comments, concerns, all the things.
Genuinely love you guys.
Yes, love you.
Our Tugmore team, we're so glad that you're a part of our lives. We're
Yeah.
a part of yours. And we want to hear from you.
That's right.
Like, let us know what's up, testimonies, needs,
Super grateful. for it.
content, any way we can help. Y'all are
Yeah.
awesome.
Love y'all.
See ya.